This is ABC7 News at 5:30. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
People living near the Mayaca River in Venice are still dealing with flooding, even though the rain has let up. The river keeps rising, and those living in the flood zone are bracing for even more problems. ABC7's Christopher Brantley joins us live from Venice. Christopher, what's the situation there like right now?
Good evening, Scott. It is still flooded. As you can see, this is part of a street here, Jackson Road in Venice. Large parts of this entire neighborhood are underwater. Homeowners are having a hard time getting home. And as you said, the waters may not be done rising just yet. On Tuesday, we joined Adam Miller on his special 4x4 as he went to help his neighbors.
This is a pretty good one. Usually they don't get flooded over on the end of Jackson Road, and there's 12 to 18 inches of water in their garages right now.
The road we were driving on was covered in nearly 3 feet of water. Miller told us his home was flooded too. 18 inches in the garages, anywhere from 6 to 7 in the house as of right now. This is the cause of the flooding. The Mayaca River. It's so high right now, the United States Geological Survey team was out studying it.
Well, right now it's at a pretty extreme flood stage for normal conditions.
And it may not be done rising. The USGS team showed us a chart of just how fast it's risen.
It's still rising a little bit, it looks like.
For most homeowners, the only reasonable mode of transportation is a paddleboard, kayak, or boat.
Everybody's moved their vehicles, moved everything up to dry areas, and, you know, taking precautions but not panicking yet.
This isn't the first time the Mayaca has flooded. In fact, it's so anticipated most homes out here are built on stilts just for an occasion like this.
We had time to know it, so we put everything up in the top stories. So just gonna have to get dried out, take a couple days. Now, we couldn't survey this entire neighborhood because some parts were so deep underwater. Miller told us that we would have been up to our necks in water, even though we were in a 4x4. Some homeowners are hoping this water drains out quickly. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Christopher, thank you. Remember, you can get up-to-the-minute updates on weather conditions across the Suncoast by downloading the ABC7 weather and news apps. Once you download the apps, you'll get updates on the forecast. You'll get breaking news and local stories delivered right to your phone. Let's get another check on our weather now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan and the first alert forecast. Bob?
That's right, Scott. In the areas in green that you see here, we still have flood warnings going on. Christopher obviously talking again about the Mayaca River right there. And the flood stage is expected, I should say, go below it on Friday, right around 9:30 or so. It's supposed to go below flood stage if we don't get any more rainfall. And then on top of that, we have the Manatee River at the Mayaca Head. That also flood warning there and expected to go below flood stage Wednesday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Again, we have a couple other ones, Horse Creek and Peace River in DeSoto County. Those two, some minor flooding being reported with those two. Now, as far as the rainfall goes today, it's mainly to the north of us. You can see all that moisture moving off to the north. That trough of low pressure continues to lift and weaken, and that's a good sign for us here, obviously. Some storms nearby Pinellas County. We may see 1 or 2 isolated showers popping up here and there, but nothing like we've seen over the past several days. And it looks as though things have dried out here considerably as that dry air has moved in from the south and will stick around throughout the day on Wednesday before it eventually exits out of here. Obviously, the big story, Harvey continues to be over water. Winds are starting to increase to 50 miles an hour, but more importantly, flood warnings have been issued for eastern portions of Texas and western portions of Louisiana this evening as a result of the possibility of an additional 10 to 15 inches of rainfall for those areas. More on the weather coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Millions of people will be affected by Hurricane Harvey, and many more could become victims of scammers who are trying to make a quick buck off a catastrophe. The Better Business Bureau urges people to do their research before handing over money and other donations. There are already numerous pages of fundraisers related to Harvey on GoFundMe.com. Some have been created by what appears to be people directly affected by the storm. Others were set up to collect money on behalf of victims. Those are the requests where you need to be careful. The Better Business Bureau has a website where you can find reputable charities. It's give.org. The UN Security Council holding another emergency meeting on North Korea today. This follows yet another provocative missile launch by dictator Kim Jong-un. This latest ballistic missile flew right over Japan. President Trump is now warning North Korea all options are on the table. ABC's Elizabeth Hurd takes a look at what happens next.
The United Nations Security Council convening again for an emergency meeting on North Korea.
I think enough is enough.
With U.S. Ambassador Nikki Haley calling North Korea's latest missile launch unacceptable and the Japanese government deeply concerned. The country even blasting sirens, emails, and text messages Tuesday morning, warning residents about the possibility of an imminent attack.
We were trying to get neighbors out, and we just knocked on people's doors. I was quite shaken by it.
ABC News learning this time the ballistic missile was launched near the capital, Pyongyang, flew over Japan, and landed in the ocean off the island of Hokkaido. U.S. officials now confirm, unlike the previous long-range ICBMs North Korea tested last month, this was an intermediate ballistic missile that traveled for more than 1,600 miles. South Korea immediately responding with a live bombing drill. Japan and the U.S. now urging a global response, saying the newest UN sanctions on North Korea, the toughest yet, clearly not harsh enough.
They have violated every single UN Security Council resolution that we've had, and so I think something serious has to happen.
The UN ambassador went on to say it is imperative China and Russia continue to work with the U.S., with President Trump once again implying military action remains an option. Elizabeth Hurd, ABC News, New York.
President Trump has unveiled a much-awaited plan to overhaul the nation's immigration system in hopes of cutting immigration in half by the year 2027. Called the Reforming American Immigration for Strong Employment Act, or RAISE Act, the bill would only allow spouses and children to apply for green card status and focus on a merit-based application to limit the immigrant pool. It favors people between the ages of 26 and 30 with a doctorate, high English proficiency, and a job offer with a high salary. Applicants would need at least 30 points to be eligible for a visa under the proposal, and the fastest way to get there is to have a Nobel Prize or comparable international award. But Suncoast politicians continue to disagree on whether this is the right move for our country.
The vast majority of Americans, if roles were reversed, would not be getting into this country under that system.
I think it's okay for us to put in some guidelines and some criteria that they have to meet. Even if that bar is really high, let's get the best of the best coming into our country and contributing to our society.
The new proposal would also end the diversity visa lottery program, and it would cap permanent resident status for refugees to $50,000 a year. If enacted, the plan would reduce legal immigration to around 500,000 people a year in a decade. U.S. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos, a supporter of voucher programs and charter schools, visiting 2 Tallahassee schools for what she called a learning experience. DeVos read a Dr. Seuss book to kindergartners at Holy Comforter Episcopal School and then held a closed-door meeting with a small group of parents and school leaders during her tour. Speaking to reporters afterwards, DeVos highlighted innovations she saw at the school while defending the educational approach of President Trump.
Far too many schools have been stuck in a mode that is basically approaching things that has been done very similarly to 100 years ago. And the world today is much different.
Democrats called DeVos's visit, which did not include traditional public schools, a photo op and publicity stunt. She was greeted by about a dozen protesters outside the school. An update now on a $7 million project in Northport. The Shannon Staub Library on the campus of the Suncoast Technical College there is now just weeks away from opening. Construction is expected to be complete in October with a ribbon cutting set for November 7th. The library has 2 large meeting rooms, 2 reading gardens, a children's story time room, and a teen zone, along with a drive-through return, and much more. This library is a partnership project between Sarasota County government, Sarasota County schools, and the city of Northport. Another big construction project is now underway at Nathan Benderson Park. Today, crews started building a 2,000-seat grandstand for spectators of the World Rowing Championships. It will have a covered awning and is being built right along the finish line. The grandstand is one of many seating options fans will have, with tickets starting at $10 each. Also happening at the park, shipping containers carrying rowing shells and sculls are starting to arrive. So far, containers from Great Britain, Australia, Italy, and Poland have arrived here on the Suncoast.
starting really now, each day we're going to see more and more of these containers coming in because we have 70 countries that are going to be participating in this event. So how do they get their rowing shells and sculls over here? They have to ship them on these containers.
The World Rowing Championships will run from September 23rd through October 1st. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, the Cajun Navy leaves Louisiana to make a difference in Texas. Their successful dog rescues in the floodwaters will show you right after this.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Attention Sarasota and surrounding cities. After 25 years in Sarasota, Bacon's Furniture and Design will be moving to create Southwest Florida's largest and most dynamic furniture store. We must liquidate everything in the store at huge savings as fast as possible. Do not miss this opportunity to purchase quality sofas, bedrooms, dining rooms, patio furniture, mattresses, and more. All at the absolute lowest prices possible. The Bacon's Furniture and Design relocation sell-off. Nobody beats Bacon's.
Hi, I'm Chef Bob. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday morning on ABC7, where we'll be serving up the most awesome dishes. Then stop by your neighborhood Publix, pick up the recipe card and all the ingredients.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. In the park on a bench, on the beach on a towel, or on your couch with your kid, your campus is wherever you want it to be. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. You schedule classes around your schedule, and all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. At Independence U, you'll learn from professional instructors with real work experience. You'll get personal support in school and employment assistance when you graduate. Get your degree, but keep your life. That's independence. That's Independence University. So if you're really smart, you'd call now.
Call 1-800-319-0237.
Independence U, for an independent you.
Call 1-800-319-0237.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Now's the perfect time to work with California Closets. During our Shades of White event, save up to 20% on our beautiful white finishes for any space in your home. Contact us today for your free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
The Cajun Navy, a group of volunteer rescuers from Louisiana, are in Texas now, saving people and pets. Lauren Westbrook shows us some of the dramatic rescues today in Humble, Texas, which is about 30 miles northeast of Houston.
As the Cajun Navy heads out to rescue people in Humble, Texas, the water is rising before their eyes.
Even the water on that stop sign's gotten higher since we've been watching it.
Take a look at this house, guys. It is crumbled. The pressure of the water.
WAFB TV reporter Kieran Chawla is embedded with the group as they work about 30 minutes northeast of Houston.
Along with the Cajun Navy, this is Rodney with us, and you're along with his boat.
As they carefully maneuver along this street.
Watch that tree.
Their monitor shows them the water is 5.5 feet deep on the roadway.
That's Highway 59 right there.
Right behind us, that's all you see, a rooftop.
They pass house after house inundated with flood water.
Oh my
Floating
goodness.
a little bit, looks like. Wow.
Yeah, this house has just shifted now.
Do you need any help, sir?
The man yells back. He needs help getting his dogs.
We're coming. We're coming.
Yeah, this is my house right here. I'm here to rescue my dogs.
So you had evacuated?
Yes. Yesterday. Last night, actually around 5 o'clock.
They got to the house on a jet ski.
Is everybody out?
He has 7 dogs, 4 in the backyard, another 3 inside the house.
Got him. Got one. I got him. I got him. Come here. You're okay.
More members of the Cajun Navy pull up to help.
Yes.
This group from Denham Springs and Plaquemine, Louisiana.
Never see something like that.
They get all of the outside dogs in the boat. They seem terrified.
It's okay. I know.
The next mission is to get inside and rescue the other 3. All of the dogs made it and are handed down to the Cajun Navy's waiting boat.
Thank you very much for your help, and God bless you, everybody. You're doing a good job.
The homeowner tells them they're dog lovers and had worried all night about their pets.
We're okay. We're okay, guys.
But that worry is now gone, thanks to the Louisiana Cajun Navy, hard at work in Texas.
You're okay. You're okay.
I'm Lauren Westbrook, reporting for the Raycom News Network.
Now your ABC7 First Alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Yeah, more rescues are going on for animals and people as well into East Texas and near the Houston area that you see right there. It's amazing to see the mode of transportation along the area roads throughout the Houston area and surrounding area are boats as opposed to cars there. Heavy rain continues to swirl around and work its way around the area of low pressure, which is still out over the water now. Harvey, a tropical storm, top winds at 50 miles an hour, but it's not the wind that's the problem, obviously. The tremendous amount of rain, the historic rainfall event that's taking place now over East Texas and just to the southeast of Houston, reported 49 inches of rainfall. Incredible, just absolutely incredible. You can see a live sweep of the radar. There's Houston right there. They are still seeing rainfall, obviously, and then heavier rainfall has moved to the east into Louisiana and into east portions of Texas, where flood warnings and flood watches continue to be issued throughout that region. For us, our flood watch, for the most part, has expired. The flood watch expiring basically at 8 tonight, but for all intents and purposes, no significant rainfall around here right now, and it looks like it'll stay that way. It will dry out for a little while for the next 36 hours, and things will start to change a little bit as we move through time. The evening planner, we're calling for temperatures to stay pretty warm and pretty muggy, too. 80-degree temperature by 11 o'clock tonight. Now, the dry air is rather expansive across the Bahamas, South Florida, down through Cuba, and even into the Gulf of Mexico. This is in place right now and will stay with us throughout the day on Wednesday. That means our rain chances will stay significantly lower over the next couple of days. 88 degrees right now. The sunshine is out there, and we're going to see temperatures staying warm tonight. The pressure 2996, and the high today was 1 degree shy of the average. The low this morning was very warm at 79. Finally, no rainfall to report for today. We have a surplus now of 12.39 inches, and for the month, 20.95 inches. That is, by the way, second in rank for the month of August in the records which have been kept since 1911. Our forecast tomorrow, Wednesday, calling for sunshine all the way through it, and temperatures will warm into the low 90s. A few clouds may pop up here and there throughout the afternoon, but not much. We are anticipating no rainfall, as I mentioned, riding in through most of Wednesday and into early Thursday. We'll start to moisten up a little bit, though, on Thursday, as we'll see a few scattered showers around as that dry air will move on. Well, for the most part, looks like 10, the disturbance number 10, the possibility, the potential tropical storm is having some tough go with some shear going on there, so it may not even develop at Harvey. Top winds are at 50 now, the pressure at 994 millibars, and it's moving to the northeast at 6. So it's picking up a little bit of momentum, and then we're seeing a little bit more gaps in between the forecasts as opposed to what we saw just a few days ago when it was just kind of hanging around here over the Houston area, just offshore of Houston. Well, this is our next system up. This is going to be a tropical storm fairly soon. It has an 80% chance of developing over the next couple of days. Now, as far as our forecast is concerned, for us, that's a long way out there in the Atlantic. We'll watch it for many days as it progresses toward the west-northwest. Southeast winds turn to the southwest at 10 knots. Seas will be 2 to 3 feet with a light chop out there. The water temperature now at 86 degrees. And the forecast tides upcoming high, it'll be at 8:59 and a low at 1:01 in the morning tomorrow. Forecast tonight mostly fair, 79. It will be muggy too. Tomorrow, sunshine, slight chance, very slight chance of a shower or two. The extended forecast We get back into that afternoon and evening thunderstorm pattern on Friday when all the rivers are expected to go below flood stage. We'll have to keep an eye on that over the weekend, too, as we are expecting a good deal of scattered storms. Scott?
All right, Bob, thank you. Time now to check first alert traffic for the drive home. Right now, we're seeing traffic moving slowly in some stretches of Fruitville Road in Sarasota. That's in the eastbound lanes as people head out to the interstate. Some not so great news for owners of Volkswagens. The company is recalling about 281,000 of its CC and Passat sedans and wagons because the fuel pumps can fail and then cause the cars to suddenly stall. The recall covers the CC from the 2009 through 2016 model years and the Passat sedan and wagon models from 2006 through 2010. Owners will be notified about the recall. Pizza to your driveway without a driver? Well, Domino's and Ford are teaming up now to see if customers will warm up to the idea of pizza being delivered by driverless cars. Starting tomorrow, some pizzas in Domino's hometown of Ann Arbor, Michigan will arrive in a Ford Fusion. An engineer will be at the wheel, but customers will not interact with the driver. Instead, they will type a 4-digit code into a keypad and then grab their pizza out from a heated compartment. The test will last about 6 weeks, and the companies will then decide what to do after that, if anything. Entertainment news is coming up next. Stay with us.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life, you miss precious moments. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye and over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. Our simple 3-step process begins with a free evaluation, followed by an extensive preoperative exam to determine if you're a candidate for LASIK eye surgery. Depending on the results of your evaluation and eye exam, you and your surgeon will choose the LASIK option that works best for you. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation. That's a $100 value, free. Call the LASIK Vision Institute for your free evaluation and enjoy more of your life.
Call 1-800-813-0109. 1-800-813-0109.
Watch your Suncoast News at 6 on your streaming device for a chance to win a $50 Visa. It's easy. Just watch weekdays at 6 for the word of the week. Then enter the word at mysuncoast.com for your shot at a $50 Visa. We'll pick the winner each week. Good luck. Suncoast students are back in school, and a lot happens before your kids hear that first bell. You need local information before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast on ABC7, weekdays starting at 5. Get breaking news, plus first alert weather and traffic focused on where you live. Whether you're a teacher, a parent, or just preparing for your day, get local stories that impact you. Watch ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you. Looking for something fun to do on a Friday night? Then come to Music on Main, the first Friday of every month at Lakewood Ranch. Enjoy free live music, dancing, great food, and lots of fun for every family member, even the furry ones. Meet up with friends, enjoy activities for the kids, or make it a special date night. And be sure to stop by the ABC7 booth and say hello. Mark your calendars for Music on Main, first Friday of the month, 6 to 9 at Lakewood Ranch. Brought to you by ABC7 and these sponsors.
Some congratulations to swimming great Michael Phelps and his wife Nicole. The couple is expecting their second child. Phelps wrote on Instagram, quote, "Number 2 on the way, so excited, wonder if it's a boy or a girl." The quote included a photo of Nicole holding their 15-month-old son, Boomer. The toddler himself had something to say about the big news. Boomer apparently has his own Instagram account, and he featured a post saying, quote, "So excited to see what Mama is having." There's a new biopic coming out about the life and death of Whitney Houston's daughter, Bobby Christina Brown. Houston's only child with singer Bobby Brown died in 2015. The movie focuses on Bobby Christina's struggles after Houston's death and also depicts conflicts with others over her relationship with family friend Nick Gordon, who was found legally responsible for Brown's death last year. Bobby Christina will air on TV1 October 8th. One of Houston's top pro football stars is stepping up to help raise money for the victims of Hurricane Harvey. Houston Texans defensive end J.J. Watt launching a flood relief fund on crowdfunding site You Caring this week. And the campaign has just been hugely successful. Since the post, Watt's $1.5 million goal has been passed, and his new goal stands at $3.5 million, maybe even, I think it's now at $4 million, and he has raised $3.5 million. Just an incredible effort. And the Tampa Bay Rays are getting in on the relief efforts as well. The Houston Astros are playing a 3-game series against the Texas Rangers this week at Tropicana Field, and the Rays will donate all ticket, concessions, and parking revenues from those games to the hurricane relief efforts. Tickets for those games, which begin tonight, are only $10 each. Great move by the Rays right there. And we'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.